for the Romanians. Although that score could be discarded, it puts pressure on. Here's Aurelia Dobre. Which means golden good in Slavic. Certainly applied to the start. Again, slight payment for such intricacy.
Can't tell much from that expression. Now, was this the line where she appeared, the leg appeared to buckle? No, that was fine. That's the double tuck, safely round. And she really had to struggle there. Keep the knees wide apart to make it. I think that knee buckled, and she was outside the area as well, so she was in trouble. And there's the finish. Brave effort from Aurelia Dobre.
Just not enough time for her to recover from the operation on her knee. 9.7. And who would have thought that hers would be the score? They will probably discard. Shushanova has scored 9.95 on the beam, so a notch ahead of Sidivash, who had a 9.9 on the floor after both had managed 2 10s. It's going to be entirely down surely to who's at her best on the day in 2 days' time in the all-round title as to who takes it. That's for Olga Savcheva. And that's the result of a beam exercise that went wrong, which we can now see. Electrifying start she made to it.
One arm handstand. Oh, Healy across the beam. How unusual. All is well so far. Full pirouette. Here comes the dismount. Oops. Oh yeah, she just didn't get a shoulder square on the second backflip. What a shame. And that was a nasty landing, and she's in tears and pain.
It's to be hoped that she can recover for the last rotation, but colleague Svetlana Boginskaya managed a 9.975 to make up for the gap in the team score. The United States have moved into the bronze medal position. The Bulgarians dropping down to 5th. East Germans in 4th. And the USSR still keeping their noses in front. In fact, they've increased slightly to 1.575. The last rotation takes the Soviets to the floor, the Romanians to the vault, the East Germans to the bars, and the United States to the beam.
Well, I can tell you it makes me really nervous just sitting here and watching them and wondering whether the Romanians will actually manage to pip the Soviets at the post. Well, you can find out whether they do after the international news and weather when it's the 4th and the final rotation of that gymnastics team event. Well, it's real edge-of-the-seat stuff, particularly for the Romanian and Soviet camps, still all to play for. Gold medals. Thanks, John. Well, Bob and I have been sitting here riveted to some of the most extraordinary gymnastics around. The world's best women, or rather waifs, because none of them looks more than about 9 years old or 6 stone. It's the final of the team competition, and it's a great battle for gold between Romania and the Soviet Union, and also a personal struggle between the stars of each side, Daniela Silivash of Romania and Elena Shushanova of the Soviet Union, each trying to outdo one another in sheer perfection. Well, now it's the climax of that team event, each side competing on its 4th and final piece of apparatus, where we go back to Mitch Fenner and Barry Davies.
And poor Olga Stacheva is taken away, can compete no more on this particular evening. So the 5 Soviet scores on the floor will all count. As for the United States, they've put themselves in with a real chance of taking the bronze, but they are now on the beam, which is a difficult piece to go on to if your nerves are jangling. If they were to take the bronze, it would surely outweigh their performance in Los Angeles when they were silver medalists behind Romania, but when the rest of the Iron Curtain countries boycotted the games. This is Chetty Stack, Houston, Texas. From a 15-year-old so close to a medal in the Olympic Games. It's unreal. Building for the dismount.
Well, she loved that performance, and so did the audience, and so did Bella. Pikes in the first somersault, look, and then tucks to make sure the second. Super performance from Chetty Stack. Good start to the team. Oh.
Better would be the right word, but the Bella that you were talking about was that big man there, Bella Karoli, the Romanian coach of the United States team.